Hello dear listeners, welcome back to Timeless Romance Tales. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more aristocratic drama, whispered scandals, and slow-burn romances that rewrite fates and unravel hearts. Now prepare yourself. Tonight's story follows a woman the Tun tried to break, and the Duke who tried to best her, only to lose himself in the process. Let's begin. The ballroom of Lady Haversham's winter fete shimmered like a frost-covered dream. Crystals glittered, violins soared, and political alliances formed beneath the chandeliers with smiles tighter than corsets. Everyone was talking about one woman, Lady Seraphina Locke, heiress, troublemaker, scandal incarnate. She descended the grand staircase with the languid confidence of a woman who knew she was being watched and didn't mind at all. Her dark auburn curls fell in soft waves, framing a face both stunning and unreadable. Her gown, deep emerald silk, caught the candlelight and made half the men forget their own names. Someone whispered loudly, "Her dowry could restore an entire estate." Another, "She ruined her last suitor's reputation, did you hear?" And a third, "Locke women are dangerous. They think too much." Seraphina smiled sweetly at that one. If only they knew how much. But another figure watched her from across the room, one who did not whisper, did not gawk, did not falter. Damian Ashford, the Duke of Blackwater, tall, broad-shouldered, impeccably dressed in black and silver. His posture was rigid restraint, his gaze cold calculation, the type of man who crushed rumors with a single look and ended arguments with a single sentence. He murmured to his friend, "She carries herself with arrogance." His friend snorted, "She carries herself with money." "No," Damian said, "I's never leaving her." With intent. The orchestra changed to a waltz. Seraphina moved through the crowd with the predatory grace of a cat in a room full of slow, clumsy birds. She paused only when he stepped in front of her. "Lady Seraphina," Damian said smoothly, "you are difficult to ignore." "And you, Your Grace," she replied, "are difficult to impress." Is that a challenge? A statement? Her smile was dangerously polite, like offering someone tea laced with arsenic. "Dance with me," he commanded softly. She tilted her head. Commanding a lady is hardly the most enticing approach. "Then consider it a request." She hesitated, just long enough to make him wonder if she'd refuse. Then she placed her gloved hand into his. The dance began. He was precision. She was wildfire. Their bodies moved perfectly in step, though neither surrendered an inch of control. "You've made quite an impression tonight," he murmured. "On you," she teased. "On everyone." "Good. They should learn to expect nothing less." His jaw tightened. "You enjoy provoking society. I enjoy exposing hypocrisy. A harmless pastime." "Harmless?" His eyebrow lifted. "Your last suitor fled England." "He was embezzling from his own tenants," she said lightly. "I simply made it difficult for him to continue." Damian blinked once. "You ruined him." "He ruined himself." Their eyes locked. For the first time his mask fractured. So she sees more than she should, Damian thought. Dangerous indeed. When the waltz ended he bowed. She curtsied. And then she turned away before he could dismiss her. A calculated insult that sent murmurs rippling through the crowd. He watched her go. No woman, no one at all had ever walked away from him like that. And he suddenly inconveniently wanted more. 2 days later, an invitation arrived at Seraphina's townhouse. From the Duke of Blackwater. Her maid found her lounging on a chaise, reading a political essay. "Your ladyship, a note from His Grace." Seraphina opened it with mild curiosity. "Lady Seraphina, your opinions are as intriguing as they are disruptive. I request the privilege of your company for tea this afternoon." "Blackwater." She smirked. "Request," she repeated. "How quaint. Last night he commanded. Will you go, my lady?" "Oh yes," Seraphina purred. "I'd like to see what a man like that does when he doesn't get the reaction he expects." The Duke of Blackwater's London residence was grand, cold, and intimidating, much like the man himself. Damian stood by the fireplace as she entered, looking carved from stone and storm clouds. "You came," he said. "You invited," she replied. He motioned for her to sit. "Tea." She glanced at the cups. Do you often trap your opponents with pastries? His lips twitched. Are we opponents? Aren't we? Not yet. He poured her tea. She took it, studying him more closely. You have questions, he said. Several, she admitted. For example, why me? What does the Duke of Blackwater want from the scandalous Lady Seraphina? Truth. She paused. Truth. You see through society's masks. You challenge lies. You provoke reactions. And you have no fear of consequence. I have a great deal of fear, she said softly. I simply refuse to let it guide me. He leaned closer. Then we are more alike than I assumed. Seraphina blinked. The way he said it, quiet, honest, made her heartbeat quicken. Very inconvenient. Tell me, Seraphina, he continued. Why does society whisper about you? Because society is bored, she said. And because powerful men dislike a woman who wins at their games. He studied her. You were involved in uncovering Pembroke's fraud. Was I? She asked, innocent as a viper. His eyes narrowed. Do not feign modesty. Everyone knows. Everyone assumes, she corrected. There's a difference. And what about the rumors of you blackmailing Lord Harrington? She sipped her tea. If I had blackmailed him, he wouldn't still be in Parliament. Damian exhaled slowly. You enjoy leaving me without answers. She smiled sweetly. Then learned to ask better questions. He stood abruptly. Walk with me. Request or command? She asked. Neither, he said, offering his arm. A proposition. The garden was crisp with winter air, the bare branches scratching softly against the sky. They strolled in silence until Damian stopped beside a frozen fountain. He faced her. Marry me. Seraphina blinked. Slowly. Your Grace, she said delicately. Did you hit your head this morning? I'm quite serious. Why in God's name would you propose? Because you are brilliant, fearless, and utterly unpredictable. Those are terrible qualities for a duchess. They are exactly the qualities I need. She stared at him. This is absurd. Is it? You need protection from the vultures of society. I need a woman who cannot be manipulated. And what of love? She asked softly. He hesitated. I am not a man of sentiment. No, she agreed. You are a man of strategy. Then consider this alliance strategic. Strategic, she echoed. He stepped closer. Together, we would be unstoppable. She looked up at him, handsome, dangerous, unyielding. For one brief, terrifying moment, she imagined it. But then, no. Damian stiffened. No. No, Your Grace. I do not marry for strategy. You would refuse a dukedom? I would refuse anything that demands I surrender who I am. He stared at her, shock flickering across his face. No one rejected him. Ever. And yet she did. With ease. He inhaled slowly. Then you leave me no choice. And what is that? She asked, folding her arms. I will win you. She laughed. Good luck. London society nearly exploded over the next week. The Duke of Blackwater, normally indifferent to balls and soirees, began appearing everywhere Seraphina went. At the opera, he sat beside her, pretending coincidence. At dinner parties, he debated politics with her until sparks and forks flew. At a charity meeting, he donated twice her amount just to watch her glare. People whispered, is he courting her? He can't be. She'll ruin him. She'll save him, others murmured. But the most dangerous change happened where no one could see it. Seraphina began to care. He challenged her. He listened to her. He respected her mind. And worse, he made her laugh. But trouble arrived in the form of a letter slipped beneath her door. Lord Pembroke, the same man she helped expose. Return what you stole. Midnight. The abandoned ledger room at Blackwater Hall. Come alone. Her stomach tightened. Pembroke had allies. Powerful ones. If she didn't meet him, he'd twist truths until she became the villain. She saddled her horse at 11:30 and rode through Blackwater's grounds under a moon sharp as glass. The old ledger room was cold, dusty, and filled with forgotten records. Pembroke stepped out of the shadows, eyes wild. You destroyed me, he hissed. You destroyed yourself, she corrected. You think the Duke will protect you? He'll throw you to the wolves the moment he learns what you truly are. And what's that? A woman who plays at power she doesn't have. She crossed her arms. Try me. He lunged. Seraphina gasped, stumbling back. But before he could reach her, a voice cut through the darkness like a blade. Touch her and you die. Damian stood in the doorway, breathing hard as if he'd ridden at breakneck speed. His coat was unbuttoned, hair wind-tousled, fury burning in his eyes. Seraphina whispered. How did you? You left your window open, he said. And your cloak was gone. Pembroke sneered. Your Grace, she. Shut your mouth, Damian growled, stepping between them. I know exactly what you are. Pembroke drew a knife. Damian moved faster. In seconds the weapon was on the floor, and Pembroke was slammed against the wall by the Duke's forearm. You threatened the woman I intend to marry, Damian said, voice low, lethal. Exile. Tonight. Or I will bury you with your own ledger books. Pembroke paled. You intend to marry her? Yes, Damian snapped. Now get out. Pembroke fled into the night. Silence filled the room, thick and trembling. Seraphina stood frozen. You intend to marry me? She whispered. Damian turned slowly. I did not realize it until I thought I'd lost you. He approached slowly, as if giving her time to flee. I meant strategy before, he murmured. Now I mean something entirely different. Her heart thudded painfully. Damian. He reached for her hand, not commanding, not demanding, asking. I am in love with you, Seraphina. Entirely. Irrevocably. And inconveniently. Tears stung her eyes. You're certain? I am certain of nothing in life, he said softly. Except you. She laughed, a quiet, broken sound. Then yes, she whispered. Yes, Damian. I'll marry you. He exhaled sharply, pulling her into his arms. Thank God, he breathed. I feared you were about to outwit me again. She smiled against his chest. Oh, I will. Every day. He kissed her forehead, his voice warm and low. Good. I want a wife who challenges me. And I want a husband who underestimates me, she teased. Never again, he promised. He tilted her chin up. May I? Yes, she breathed. Their lips met, slow, intense, certain. Sealing a future neither had expected, but both had fought for. A scandalous heiress. A calculating duke. Two minds too sharp for society. Two hearts too stubborn for fate. Together they were unstoppable. And in the end, she didn't just outwit him. She won him.